For the first time all year, I thought we lost the level of connectivity that I think is required for us to win at this level, defensively and offensively. Um, and I'm not going to lose my cool on these guys because it's the process we're going to be most concerned about. There's some things we got to go back. I thought we lost our edge a little bit, those 50-50 balls we didn't come up with. And I've been accustomed to having our guys making those plays. It's something we got to get back to Georgia State basketball. And I'm confident we'll be able to do that.
What if anything that really changed to diffuse your offensive rebounding? In the first half, it seemed like you guys were just, tenacious on the offensive boards. What, something?
Well, so that's what I mean. Sam, is that we lost our edge. And we lost our connected on both ends of the court, but that certainly played into the difference, I think, the first half. Really, the under 12-minute timeout in the first half, we lost our togetherness on the offensive end, and it bled over onto the defensive side of the ball. And I felt that we were never connected after that point. We were never able to course correct in the game. And that's something I'm going to take a deep dive on tonight, watching film, before we move on to our next game.
Defensively, you were able to limit their guy. I mean, he got going in the second half court, but you really were able to keep him in check some in the first half, too.
Yeah. I mean, he still carved our defense up way more than I'm comfortable with. And our communication, it sucked. Our physicality, it sucked. And I know that we had a couple fouls that were called that not in our favor. But we lost our aggression, we lost our connectivity, and we're gonna go back to the drawing board and we'll get better from it. We're gonna take a deep dive on that.
Any thoughts on the non-foul call by the basket towards the end of the game as you all were looking to make a comeback?
Yeah. I would say that's we all are human. We all make mistakes, and that's a tough situation to be in a game that's this physical. I wouldn't want to be in those guys' shoes. Of course, I didn't agree with the call, and I don't want to sit here and say that call, made the difference in the game. And there's a lot of things that we didn't get covered on our end that allowed that play to seem so much more enormous than what it really was. Regardless if I liked it or agreed with it or not. But that's a tough position. We have to do a better job to avoid putting ourselves in that position.
How does playing against a guy like Zariq Nutter for NIU prepare you for what you're going to see in conference play and more games down the road?
Yeah, I mean he's a phenomenal ball player. He tore ourselves a new backside. And we had no answer for him. The level of physicality, his size, I think that's a very good precursor to I think what we'll see in our league. He's a fantastic ball player.
What's a couple of main things you took away from today's game to prepare you for future games, and specifically Little Rock on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean we just gotta get our edge back. We gotta get our edge back. We gotta get our connectivity back. This is a long season. It's a long season, and you try not to get too high on the highs, try not to get too low on the lows. You kind of try to maintain your poise and your composure, and we'll bounce back.
How do you feel about your team at this point in the season, and what do you think you guys' ceiling is for the rest of the season?
I love our team. I think I love our team. We have got to remain committed to playing with one another, playing for one another. Cannot care who gets the credit. We're going to be fine, but we got to gain our connectivity on a wholesome basis, and that's who we've been since June. Who knows why November 17th was the day we kind of went in a different direction. We went off our course, but the foundation has been laid. We'll find our path.
How does playing at home versus an island tournament like many other teams are playing next week change your preparation and your Thanksgiving plans and all that?
No, playing at home, we always favor playing at home if we can avoid playing on the road. I thought, the games prior to this, set us up favorably in terms of the experience we gained as a group. But yeah, it doesn't change how we prepare. That'll remain the same.
Do you have any preference in playing at home in TE or going on the road to play a tournament at a neutral site somewhere?
I think for me, sitting here today on November 17, 2023, I would prefer to play at home. But may not always be able to avoid having to go on the road. But I love playing at home.
Is there a specific phase of the game that you thought your team excelled in and played well in? And then is there a phase you think you guys maybe need to go work on in practice or get back to the drawing board on?
Early on, I thought we excelled offensively. I thought we excelled on the defensive glass. That's been a point of emphasis. Again, the third war under 12-minute timeout, I thought we lost our aggression. We lost our connectivity, both on the offense and defensive end. We gave up some key offensive rebounds there in the second half. We had a couple opportunities where we could have dove on a loose ball. And we didn't seize those moments, and so that's our identity, and we kind of stepped away from that, especially the second half. But we'll find our path.
Is there a particular team or coach, past or present, that you maybe look up to or as a mentor to implement some of your own coaching tactics and how you coach up this Georgia State team?
No, you know what? Life, coaching basketball, and life is a big experiment. It is almost impossible to compare a team that I may have played on or I may have coached on 4 or 5 years ago to this current edition of Georgia State. And so you take what you have in your locker room, you take personalities, you take skill levels, you try to figure out a plan that best fits this team. Sure, I take some experiences from other spot, but there's no this is an experiment. We're trying to figure this group out, and I really do believe we're going to become a team that nobody wants to face here pretty soon.
What's Thanksgiving look like at your house? What are your favorite dishes, side dishes, desserts?
As long as I can have some macaroni cheese, some turkey, and some banana pudding with a lot of whipped cream, I'll be good. My mama make this dump cake with a lot of fruit and all. She put a whole hell of a lot of butter on her crust. So I figure I'm planning on gaining a few pounds over the next couple weeks. Thank you guys.